going through now kind of the routine we want to try and get to do. Okay, so you can see there where you sort of side onto the golf ball. That ball for me now is in a better position relative to where you were going. Previously you were playing shots with your kind of feet back here, so you're striking the ground here somewhere, but then sort of stepping sideways to the ball and then forward. So it's a bit of a where am I going to go kind of thing. Always do your shots from the side on there, next to the ball. Exactly, yeah. So you can see yourself sort of. There's still for me a little bit of lead shoulder leaning rather than hip sliding, but you're getting better at that, to be fair. Okay, as you go. If we look at the strike now as you come through, we're just disturbing the turf there. That club sort of striking the ground there, nice and shallow for the hitting area. Okay, you get the ground there all day. There's gonna be no divot because you're just using the bounce of the club to go through. So do sort of 3 or 4 of them back and through, and again a nice rhythm to these swings as we do that. If we sort of watch it sort of full speed, back and through, nice sort of bum 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 back and through. Then when we step to the golf ball, keep the club as we said, get that shift onto that left side, a little bit more hip first right. It looks almost like you're toppling a little bit there rather than kind of go, look at my shadow, you're kind of doing that rather than that. So actually you can actually use the shadow to sort of see that. I'm pushing in that left hip a bit further forward. There's a little bit of knee bend, and again, if you look how much on my shadow on the ground there is, I'm only going that much. I'm not kind of going extremes, even a lot of pressure on that left knee. But then when you get yourself set there now, as you go back, the club's not really going back so steep. Your head's staying a little bit more sort of stable there, okay, as you go back. So therefore, as you go through, nice strike of the ground. The ball now is coming off at a trajectory we'd expect a pitching wedge to come off at. I mean, roughly speaking, around sort of 30-ish degrees. You've got 48 degrees loft on that club as you're coming down a little bit, and your hands are slightly leading, which de-lofts the club slightly, obviously. Okay. Around about sort of 30-35 degrees. Before your gobbles are coming out kind of 25-30 and just shooting low. So they were coming out low, which takes the spin off and obviously increases the roll, and you were thinning it a little bit, which increases the roll. So to get the golf ball close, you have to almost hit it, under-hit it, miss-hit it, add roll, and you get close. When you hit 4 or 5 shots in a row, you kind of figured out what you needed to do for that shot. But you're always in the danger of that one, those 2 balls at the back, they're going 30 yards too far.
Miles away,
Exactly. And then you're looking at a 3.
And the intact makes you.
And I think as well.
6 not par 4.
Exactly. And if you knock it on, if you play, I don't know, say the let's fill in the button as an example. So if we can get a bit of practice on these shots, get better at playing them down on the golf course, rather than taking 3, maybe 4, but more like 3. We can start making 2, or at least under 3 average.
So I start doing
that many par 3 scores. It'd be interesting to sort of see what you get.
50 yards,
I mean, you can decide. I mean, if it's 55, 50, it doesn't matter. Anywhere where your approach shot to the green is not a full shot. That's for me when it starts off. For me, I sort of use almost 100 yards because I use like a smallish wedge or a gap wedge or whatever. And for me, the further back I go, the more of a challenge it is to me, kind of thing. So
of course,
you can set your own parameters. I wouldn't go any more than 75 or 80, but if you're playing a shot into, say, I don't know, the first you might hit a really good tee shot, maybe a bad drive and a chip out, and you've got sort of 70 or 80 yards there. That's a mini par 3. Take the 3 shots from there, make a 5, happy days. If you miss the second green on the left-hand side over a bunker, there's a mini par 3 start, 30-yard shot over a bunker, that kind of thing. So if we can get yourself in that mindset, I think, okay, how can I average under 3? These are the ones where you're going to get your 2s in, aren't you? You're not likely to get a 2 from here to the 18th green over the back there or over a sort of tree somewhere. And I think, okay, be realistic. If you've got a shot where, say, I don't know, second on the mat, that right-hand bunker faces it, if you bury the ball in the face of bunker and the first one just doesn't come out, then, okay, you might take 4, but don't beat yourself up. An asterisk next to that one maybe, and say, okay, if I take that one out, what's my average? Is it under 3? Yes. If I use that one, then it goes over 3, then okay, then not always your fault, because there'll be some situations where you could be from here to that flag away in 2, and you can't get on the green for 2 or 3 more shots because of where you're in. But any conventional normal shot, just look at it as a little mini par 3, watch your score. Okay, keep a score, keep a track. You're worth sort of saying when you play a game of golf, you're playing on Sunday, and you can just put a little number in the scorecard when you play on the end, and then add them up and divide it by how many there are, and get an average, and then see where you're at. And it'd be interesting to sort of see where you're at in terms of that. Okay, and if you play reasonably well, you'll probably find you're under 3. If you're not playing very well, you'll be over 3. Or if you're not playing very well but you're under 3, you'll score well. Because if you I don't know, if you miss 14 fairways because you're not in the ball very well, but your average is under 3, you're going to score pretty good, aren't you? Okay, makes sense. So summarise then, okay. Mainly all set it, wasn't it?
Yes.
Ball position back a little bit.
Yes.
Shift the knee to target rather than the shoulder. So you're keeping your sort of spine and everything nice and level. You can do that, just look at the shadow, just practice that with the sun behind you, okay? Just get the sensation of the knees and hips going level, sort of sinking into that left side. That ball back a little bit and loosen the grip. For me, that's probably the biggest thing. If you're not loosening the grip, no matter how good your setup is, you're going to play a bad shot. You can get away with some anomalies at setup if your grip's loose, because you can control your arms and hands a lot easier. So looser in the grip, it allows your arms and hands and stuff to function. And don't think how much wrist hinge you need to have or when it happens. Just think, okay, if I was throwing a ball, that's how far I got to throw it. No conscious about when your arm bends or hinges or releases or does anything like that. Just there's your target and whoosh, off you go. Okay, and if you're striking it better, your contact's more consistent, it'll be easier to judge distance. If your contact's varied, as you said, you get some spinny ones, some thinny ones, some running ones, the same swing gives you 3 different shots.
Okay. It's good. It's even just good to know now the type.
The trajectory you're looking for.
Now, you know, if it goes like that one I hit last time was, it was a bit hard and it went off a little bit.
Yeah.
And it might have been a 2-minute, but I know that the actual shot is the power, not the kind of the shot was good. It wasn't a scuffy one or thin or.
Exactly. And if you know you want to play different trajectories, you can either move the ball up and down in your stance or just change the club. And I would recommend playing about with that. Try some different shots with the club. Back in the stance.
I don't, because if I was going to go at that number 4 now, I'd probably use this club to hit it harder. And the error margin.
Well, the longer the swing is, the more that can go wrong.
Exactly.
If you're hitting a 4 or 5, I even chip with hybrids. Just do a putting shot with a hybrid. Just trundle it on the green there, just get past this first bit of grass and you go miles. Okay, mate?
Yeah.